Welcome, everybody. It's hot in Texas. Thanks for joining us for the Consciousness Transformation Technique Monday morning meditation. My name is Ronan. I'm here with Liz Cross and many of our friends, and we're going to discuss. Liz, what are we talking about today?
Self-blame. We're going to work on self-blame because
I feel like it's my fault.
You're extra perky this morning. I must give you credit for that. You're on form. What time did you wake up this morning?
Like 6.
Oh gosh, that was before me, Ronan. Congratulations.
Yeah, I feel like everything's my fault, Liz. Is that true? I feel like it's in the papers. It says you did it. It's your fault, but I accept the blame.
Well, that's the problem, though. That's the problem. We accept the blame, and if anybody is in a relationship or has a narcissistic parent, they never take responsibility for themselves. They always blame those around them. And we, all of us, we accept blame for lots of different things,
It's easier, I think, to take the blame than to get angry.
Well, so for instance, when we're children, right? What are we doing? We're very centric, but we also compare ourselves to a lot of different people. And if you have like an alcoholic parent or somebody who's not affectionate or whatever, right? And you see other people's moms and dads or caregivers loving them, and you're not receiving that same type of love in the home, what do you say? Well, it's me. There must be something wrong with me. And that's the start of the self-blame foundation. Because we always think, oh, it must be us. You're in a relationship where the person doesn't want to commit, or the person is very awkward, or the person is, whatever, maybe has their own addictions. And then you see, it's just a natural thing that we do. We compare ourselves to others because we're lacking in self-love.
So what's the compounding effect of that self-blame game throughout life?
You are vulnerable. You are easily manipulated. You get in destructive relationships. You end up getting into depression, anxiety. You're constantly judging and putting yourself down. I mean, it's bad. And on and on and on and on.
All right. So whose fault is it really?
It's yours. And mine. It's mine. But yeah, and so we just get in this cycle of low self-esteem, low self-worth. We self-destruct, we abuse ourselves, we think the problem is me, and then it just and then we internalize that. We become extra sensitive to, like, oh my God, they looked at me a certain way, oh my God, they're judging me, there must be something wrong with me, right? And then when we're in the CTT sessions and I'm ironing out the wrinkles in the sessions in these relationships, it's never the person. It's always the person that they're with, always. But they have been made to feel bad about themselves. And that's a way, if you're in a relationship with a narcissist, they love that, right? Because narcissism is all about power and control of the other person, right? And what better way to gain power and control if the other person has exceptionally low self-esteem? Now, I don't know about you, but something just went flying past me and I have no idea what that was, but it was big. I'm like, is that spirit or is that like a bug? I don't know, because spirit will fly past you as well. If you ever see like things out of the corner of your eye but you're too scared to look. Like, I went through that for years. I'm like, oh
Those
my
could be
God.
floaters, Liz. I think you should see a doctor. But all right, everybody.
So we'll open. We'll open. So yeah, things out of the corners of your eyes, right? And you're like, oh my God, I'm too scared to look. I don't know what that is. It's probably a ghost. Okay, I'm out of here, right? I went through that for years. What you have to do is you have to like basically take a stand and say, I'm not scared of you. What do you want? But always remember to ground and protect yourself in the process, okay? Because if you don't ground and protect yourself, then the darkness will show up to talk to you. And they always want a lot. And because the tool of the dark, there's many tools of the dark, but the general rule is they want your soul, right? That whole thing, somebody's like, that sounds just like the Bible. Truth be told, I have never read the Bible in my entire life. Never. My parents would try to take me to church when I was little. Like, we were British. British people are not religious. But the one occasion that we did go, I was like, this doesn't sit right with me. This doesn't make any sense. I can't look into this. This is not right. This doesn't sound right to me. And so that was the end of my church days. I think I probably went maybe twice. And I've been to other religious services as well, and it's still the same thing. I'm like, okay, this I can't deal with this, because instinctively I knew that it was wrong. It was sort of a watered down version of what it is. But in the Bible, somebody said to me that, like, you know, the ultimate war is trying to win over your soul. So is your soul going to go to the light, or is your soul going to go to the dark? Now, you can be the most horrific person on the planet, but as long as you are doing these things, you know, out of the body in the out of the 3D thinking, and you're making these contracts off of the earth plane, and you say, I love you so much, I want to make this contract and that contract, and I want to be like Putin, and I want to bring war to everyone, or I'm going to be this other bad person, that, you know, you're not going to go to the dark, right? But if you start selling your soul to the dark, saying, I want to be powerful, therefore I am selling my soul to the dark, I'm giving my soul over to the dark, well, then there you go. That's where you're gone. It's selling your soul. So you never want to do that. You never want to sell out. I've heard people say, I want to be psychic, Liz, I want to be psychic. And they start practicing the dark arts because they think, well, I want to be psychic so bad. The only way I can get that power is to go to the dark side. And then they become, you know, a little bit psychic, but you've just sold your soul. I would never do that. Never. All right, so let's go ahead and open. I think we're all here. And Ronan, if you could just let them know how to tap, please.
Sure. So we're tapping. It's called the consciousness transformation technique created by George Duzman. You want to pretend that you're giving yourself a hug, but actually give yourself a physical hug. And that's where you'll be tapping, where your fingers touch on your tricep back there on the back of your arm. You're tapping alternatively 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 left, 1 right, 1 left, 1 right, 1 left, 1 right. Make sure you breathe, and it may cause you to feel things, ideas, concepts that come up. You might feel physical uncomfortableness in your body. Make sure you type that in the chat if you feel that. And also, if you have any ideas that come through, type that as well. But repeat with me as Liz goes and directs us through to heal these parts of our soul and our fractured problems that we've experienced in past lives. And this one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, you know, we're trying to heal the past. I'm telling you, something is flying around my head. Oh, my God. We're trying to heal the past lives. But, you know, this lifetime is so traumatic. But you have to understand, like, everything is linked. And I'm getting a big call. I tell you, I've had so many past life readings over the weekend. And it's so crazy because every single one of them, it's relevant to their lifetime now. So whatever happened in our past lives, we recreate our lifetime, this life, to mimic the past life, whatever lesson we didn't, overcome or accomplish or whatever. Or sometimes we actually go to the other side of it. So if we were the victim in a past life, we're the perpetrator in this lifetime, or we're the witness. Isn't that interesting that we all just witnessed this whole submersible thing, right? And it captured us. So we witnessed that. That was a life lesson. Anyway, so let's start. There's a part of all of us that knows how to.
There's a part of all of us that knows how to
Easily and joyfully manifest.
Easily and joyfully manifest.
An optimum etheric pyramid.
An optimum etheric pyramid.
As well as.
An
optimum Faraday cage.
An optimum Faraday cage.
For the empowerment and protection of each one of us.
For the empowerment and protection of each one of us.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love.
Our minds, bodies, and spirit are receiving the love.
Healing, information, permission.
Healing, information, permission.
And deep relief and joy now.
And deep relief and joy now.
So let's take a deep breath. And just remember, as we're going through this opening part is very important. We have some new people here today. Welcome, new people. And burping, yawning, stretching, all of that is good. It's releasing energy. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it. It is done.
So be it. It is done.
Okay, now we're going to go for treasures. And I'm sorry if you guys think we're going a little too fast, but you'll get the hang of it. It's real easy. All right. That's why I don't have a manual, because I want people to come to the group. It's better to come to the group and learn than to try to read a manual. Like, that makes no sense. Okay. There's a part of all of us that knows how to.
There's a part of all of us that knows how to.
Easily and joyfully manifest.
Easily and joyfully manifest.
The ability to see.
The ability to see.
Optimally recognize.
Optimally recognize.
Use and enjoy.
Use and enjoy.
The treasures in and all around us.
The treasures in and all around us.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love.
Our minds, bodies, and spirit are receiving the love.
Healing, information, permission.
Healing, information, permission.
And deep relief now.
And deep relief now.
So let's take a deep breath. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it. It is done.
So be it. It is done.
Somebody said, I've got a sore throat. Is it okay if I just tap? Of course. All right. Next one. And the final part of the opening. Somebody says, I already feel the connection with my spirit guides through my crown. Yeah. This, guys, if you do CTT long enough, right, you're going to start feeling these sensations like the crown buzzing, the third eye buzzing. All of these are normal buzzing or throughout your body. And all the CTT, basically, in a nutshell, it rewires you. Because if you're constantly dipping down into those feelings of self-blame, oh my God, he yelled at me, it's my fault. Oh my God, the teacher says I'm this, or, think of it as childhood and how we're wired. And we're constantly dipping into that self-blame. Every time something happens, it's my fault. Okay. If it's not there because we've removed it with the CTT, it causes the brain to have to find new emotions to pull from. Okay. And hopefully, when we fill it in at the end, those new emotions are going to be joy, love, self-love, empowerment. So that's what's going on. If you're feeling the buzzing going on, that's a good thing. Don't be scared of these sensations, and let Ronan know in the chat. Okay. All right. There's a part of all of us that knows how to
There is a part of all of us that knows how to
easily and joyfully manifest
easily and joyfully manifest
the optimum activation
the optimum activation
of all of our spirit teams
of all of our spirit teams
and our divine helpers.
and our divine helpers.
They will take away any and all dark energy.
They will take away any and all dark energy.
They will take it into the spirit world.
They will take it into the spirit world.
They will transmute it into white light positive karma.
They will transmute it into white light positive karma
Back into the universe.
back into the universe.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us and them now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us and them now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love,
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love,
healing, information, permission,
healing, information, permission,
and deep relief now.
and deep relief now.
So let's take a deep breath. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
Sorry. So be it, it is done.
So be it. It is done.
I'm just on a roll this morning. I'm just ready to go. Okay, now that feels good. So we're going to work on this self-blame. Ronan, you always lead the group with words, and we love you. Please, could you give us the wording for self-blame?
We can. Yes, let's try that. It is it's my fault. Blame
we
me.
want to get rid of it.
It's my fault. Just blame no,
So-
we transmute the feeling or the need or the desire to blame ourselves, and we release that blame that we've encountered in past lives. And so we optimally,
I don't know. It's hard, isn't it? You guys, if you have any ideas, drop it in the chat. How about easily and joyfully manifest the optimum ability to something the self-blame?
negate
The self-blame. Optimum ability to negate the self-blame, because we don't want the self-blame anymore, right? So easily and joyfully manifest the optimum ability I'm stuck. To resolve. Somebody just said resolve self-blame. Okay, we're getting there. Resolve self-blame, the easily and joyfully manifest the optimum ability to heal our self-blame. What do you think, Ronan? To release our self-blame. Heal and release. Ronan, what do you think?
it's good. Yes, I approve that message.
He approves of that message, folks. Ronan, you need to get up at 6 a.m. every day. All right. You're a hoot. Let's go. There's a part of all of us that knows how to
There's a part of all of us that knows how to
easily and joyfully manifest
easily and joyfully manifest
the optimum ability
the optimum ability
to heal and release
to heal and release
all of this self-blame.
all of this self-blame.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love,
Our minds, bodies, and spirit are receiving the love,
healing, information, permission,
healing, information, permission,
and deep relief now.
and deep relief now.
So let's take a deep breath. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
What did you get, Ronan?
I got a wide field or pasture of sheep, and one of the sheep is to blame, but we don't know which one.
So we just blame everybody.
Blame the herd.
Ooh. That's powerful. Because that's what we do, right? That's how government controls us. They blame the herd. It's a blanket control because
Right.
they cannot give anybody any individuality. That's anywhere in life. That's in the workplace, that's in school, everywhere, college. You know, we don't trust anyone, so we have to blame everyone. Very good. I got everybody's angry with me all the time. They hate me. So if you guys got your messages, put them in the chat and we'll pick them up. Awesome. Let's go. There's a part of all of us that knows how to
There's a part of all of us that knows how to
let go and heal
let go and heal
all of this self-blame.
all of this self-blame.
Everyone is angry with me.
Everyone is angry with me.
They hate me.
They hate me.
Even when I voice my concerns,
Even when I voice my concerns,
I try to stick up for myself.
I try to stick up for myself.
It's no use.
It's no use.
The world is against me,
The world is against me,
and there's nothing I can do.
and there is nothing I can do.
Self-blame is self-taught.
Self-blame is self-taught.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love,
Our minds, bodies, and spirit are receiving the love,
healing, information, permission,
healing, information, permission,
and deep relief now.
and deep relief now.
So let's take a deep breath. And we're releasing all of that negative energy, and our spirit teams are taking it away. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
What did you get?
I got this vision of someone punching sand on the beach.
Yeah, because what's the point in that?
It
Oh my
seems futile.
goodness. So somebody punching sand
On the beach.
on the beach. That's interesting. What did you guys get? Part of us means our ego usually wants to run the show. But are we using our ego when we're self-blaming? I would think that that is a dissolution. Oh, maybe not. because maybe that's the way that we can survive, especially as young people. If the only way, children, if the only way that we can survive is that when somebody is like calling you names or being horrible to you, and you know that if you don't say, yes, it's my fault, yes, it's this, that the punishment is going to be 10 times worse, is what I'm getting. So we have to accept the blame, even if it's not our problem. And then there's other problems, which are people minimize these behaviors, and they don't put the blame where it's supposed to go, right? So, if you have a group of siblings, I'm sure everybody can relate to this except me, I'm an only child, but if you have a group of siblings and one is always bad, right? But for whatever reason, the parents never blame them, but they blame all the other siblings. Like, that is traumatic. That is huge. So it's about like not placing the blame where it should go. So it's misplaced blame as well. We are the victims of misplaced blame. Does that make sense?
Yeah, where is this held?
Where's the self-blame held?
Is it in the body or in the soul or in both?
I usually find it in the solar plexus. So when we come down, our solar plexus is teeny, teeny, tiny, right? And then what happens is over time through our experiences, we're building the solar plexus up, right? And the brain is making the connections, and our emotions are held in the solar plexus. So you have all this brain wiring. So if you have a bunch of self-blame, what happens is the brain, or you're in the middle of, whatever conversation or something happens at work or whatever, your brain connection will automatically, if you have a large portion of self-blame there, it's a predominant emotion or it's a dominant emotion, your brain connections are going to dip down into the self-blame or the low self-esteem or the lack of self-love, because those are outweighing all the feel-good emotions. It's an imbalance. So that's where I find most of these emotions are held. I mean, of course, you have them on the heart, you have them on the throat, but when we're feeling the removal of these emotions, you'll feel it like travel up like little bubbles, right? Traveling up, and your chest gets tight. Why? Because you're trying to not let these go. You've lived in this comfort zone of these negative emotions for so long. There's a lot of fear and a lot of resistance. And then you go up and your throat gets tight. Why? Because that's like, the last stand right there. It's when it's held in the throat. And it's like, whoa, we don't want to go anywhere. Stay put. Oh, I don't know if I can live without these emotions. And then finally you'll feel it pop out. It usually pops out by the mouth, but some people feel this moving up their spine. So it could be in their like root chakra that they have these emotions stored as well. That was a good question. Okay, so where are we with the self-blame? It's like misplaced blame. All right, let's go. There's a part of all of us that knows how to.
There is a part of all of us that knows how to
let go and heal.
Let go and heal.
All of this misplaced blame.
All of this misplaced blame.
The blame is not landing where it's supposed to.
The blame is not landing where it's supposed to.
We are scapegoats.
We are scapegoats.
We are depressed.
We are depressed.
We have anxiety.
We have anxiety.
We're waiting for the next hit.
We're waiting for the next hit.
We cause people to be angry.
We cause people to be angry.
There's a misplaced anger directed towards us.
There is a misplaced anger directed towards them.
What else? We're open to be abused.
We are open to the abuse.
Self-blame puts us in a very vulnerable position.
Self-blame puts us in a very vulnerable position.
It is a dominant emotion that we hold dear.
It is a dominant emotion that we hold dear.
We are easily manipulated.
We are easily manipulated.
We're confused.
We're confused.
And we're angry with ourselves.
And we're angry with ourselves.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love.
Our minds, bodies, and spirit are receiving the love.
Healing, information, permission.
Healing, information, permission.
And deep relief now.
And deep relief now.
So let's take a deep breath. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
What did you get?
I feel like by letting go of blame, it makes me feel alone.
Oh yeah, you're isolated, right? Because sometimes you're not able to connect with those people around you unless you're willing to take the blame for their problems. That's a big one. That's a really good one, actually. What else? It's easier to blame myself than others. That's great. And I sit around waiting for the blame. These are all very good. All right, let's keep tapping. I feel like this is a big one, so we have many rounds. I don't know about you, but last night I kept waking up in the night and I'm like, something is shocking my third eye. It was so weird. And I had to put my protection in and everything. But even now, I can feel like zzz, zzz. So maybe my third eye was expanding during my sleep. And if you ever feel those feelings, especially when you're doing the group of like, it's almost like somebody's reaching in and like pulling the third eye open, pulling the crown open, pulling the throat open. Okay. That just means that you're just increasing your connection to the matrix and to all of us. So don't be scared of that. It is a very uncomfortable feeling. But you know, it's worth it. It is, because they don't ever close it again. So that's good. All right, let's tap. There's a part of all of us that knows how to.
There's a part of all of us that knows how to.
Let go and heal.
Let go and heal.
It is easier to direct blame towards myself.
It is easier to direct blame towards myself.
To direct blame towards myself.
To direct blame towards myself.
It's all me.
It's all me.
Something must be wrong with me.
Something must be wrong with me.
Other people don't experience these problems.
Other people don't experience these problems.
I cannot make good decisions.
And cannot make good decisions.
From a place of self-blame and low self-worth.
From a place of self-blame and low self-worth.
I make bad decisions all the time.
I make bad decisions all the time.
I feel responsible for everyone's behavior.
I feel responsible for everyone's behavior.
Even when it's out of my control.
Even when it's out of my control.
It's all my fault.
It's all my fault.
What else? Okay, we'll finish this one out. We'll go on to the next one. That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love,
Our minds, body, and spirit are receiving the love,
healing, information, permission,
healing, information, permission,
and deep relief now.
and deep relief now.
So let's take a deep breath. Oh, there's some powerful statements coming in now. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
Somebody says, if I cannot blame myself, or no, if there's no one else to blame, I have to blame myself. I'm trying to scroll back up to that. If I cannot blame myself, who am I supposed to blame? That's a good one. I should have known, of course. I should have known. Yeah. Okay. And we also, what I'm getting is we misplace blame as well. So let's tap on that. Why is blame necessary? Jesus, that's great. Wow. Why does somebody have to be the fall guy? Why is blame necessary? Why do we have to do that? That is
accountability, probably. Accountability.
Accountability. It's rare that one can blame, but yeah. So yeah, let's just tap. There's a part of all of us that knows how to.
There's a part of all of us that knows how to
let go and heal.
Let go and heal.
I'm the brunt of others' judgment.
I am the brunt of others' judgment.
I take all the blame.
I take all the blame.
I'm used to it.
I'm used to it.
This is how I survive.
This is how I survive.
I blame myself for others' mistakes.
I blame myself for others' mistakes.
If I blame others, it makes my ego feel better.
If I blame others, it makes my ego feel better.
It gets rid of my anger and puts it somewhere else.
It gets rid of my anger and puts it somewhere else.
I have no time for mistakes.
I have no time for mistakes.
Mistakes are unnecessary.
Mistakes are unnecessary.
No matter how good the intentions are.
No matter how good the intentions are.
I have to be absolutely perfect at all times.
I have to be absolutely perfect at all times.
I can't let anyone see me in any other way.
I can't let anyone see me in any other way.
What else? What are you getting, Ronan?
I feel that blame helps my spirit grow.
Blame helps my spirit grow. I'm ashamed.
I'm ashamed. Through adversity brings strength.
Through adversity brings strength. Taking the blame is weakness.
Taking the blame is a weakness.
I won't admit it when I'm wrong.
I won't admit it when I'm wrong.
And they don't admit it when they're wrong.
And they don't admit it when they're wrong. Taking blame is a strength.
Yeah, blame is a strength. I am not worthy. I have no self-love.
Ah, I have no self-love.
I will not stand up for myself.
I will not stand up for myself.
It just causes a lot more problems.
It causes a lot more problems.
Ooh, that was a big one. I felt that lead. Anything else? That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love.
Our minds, bodies, and spirit are receiving the love.
Healing, information, permission.
Healing, information, permission.
And deep relief now.
And deep relief now.
So let's take a deep breath. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it. It is done.
So be it. It is done.
What did you get?
I'll take the blame so I'm not a buzzkill.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one. That made me chuckle. That's funny. Yeah. I'm surrounded by destructive people, and I deserve it. Let's go. There's a part of all of us that knows how to
There's a part of all of us that knows how to
let go and heal.
let go and heal.
I'm surrounded by destructive, toxic people.
I am surrounded by destructive, toxic people.
They always seem to find me.
They always seem to find me.
They blame me for all of their problems.
They blame me for all of their problems.
I have no escape route.
I have no escape route.
There's no way out of this trap.
There is no way out of this trap.
I feel disgusted and ashamed.
I feel disgusted and ashamed.
I caused all of this.
I caused all of this.
I am to blame.
I am to blame.
I didn't see their manipulation tactics.
I did not see their manipulation tactics.
I had no idea what was going on.
I had no idea what was going on.
I didn't know that they were trying to get me into their trap.
I did not know they were trying to get me into this trap.
Now I'm stuck here and I am to blame.
Now I'm stuck here and I am to blame.
I deserve the abuse.
I deserve the abuse.
I have low self-esteem.
I have low self-esteem.
I'm the reason that they are alcoholics and drug addicts.
I'm the reason that they are problems and drug addicts.
Yeah, alcoholics, they're addicts. I'm the reason that they're an addict. And it's all my fault.
And it's all my fault.
I'm willing to take the blame just to survive.
I'm willing to take the blame just to survive.
That's how I carve out a little bit of a peaceful existence.
And carve out a little bit of a peaceful existence.
Anything else?
I'll take a little bit of the blame to make it easier on others.
I'll take a little bit of the blame to make it easier on others. I don't want to be a buzzkill.
I don't want to be a buzzkill.
So funny. That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love.
Our minds, bodies, and spirit are receiving the love.
Healing, information, permission.
Healing, information, permission.
And deep relief now.
And deep relief now.
So let's take a deep breath. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it. It is done.
So be it. It is done.
What did you get?
Blame is part of our genetic wiring, and it's part of the Earth system. You can't get rid of it.
Energy cannot be created or destroyed. And all of these emotions are energy. But what you can do is you can transmute it.
I'm just telling you what I know.
Yeah, no, that's good. You're right. It's there, whether we like it or not. And I guess what we need to work on is when it comes into us, we recognize it and we transmute it. I got, and this could be pertaining to me, but I feel like a lot of us are strong in this group, right? Because that's why we're here. We're taking charge of like our life path and our journey. We're done with like the other stuff. We've got to get through this and overcome all of these obstacles. So I got because I'm such a strong person, it's easier to put the blame on me because I can get over or overcome. I can overcome the blame and they can't.
Better me than them.
Right, because I can handle it and they can't. And
Says you.
I'll give you a prime example, which is a prime example. Somebody comes to Liz for a prediction, okay? And hypothetically, I'm saying that Bitcoin is going to go to $500,000 by the end of the week. Now, we all know that's not going to happen, but this person wants to be a billionaire, okay? And they put all their money into Bitcoin.
That's not a prediction, by the way.
Hold on, right? No, it's not a prediction. But what happens is it hits $500,000, but only in the space of 4 minutes, and then it goes back down to zero, right? I swear to God, this has happened before. Not 500,000, but when it's like pennies or sub pennies. And they couldn't get to their computer fast enough to sell it. Liz, it's all your fault. It's your fault. I listened to you. No. You know what I mean? Like, so it's easier. Strong people, it's easier to blame them. So you'll always have a strong person in the family, and the other people that are too weak, they can't handle that negative energy sticking to them. So they always blame the strong one because the strong one can overcome it. It doesn't faze them. So the energy has to be moved somewhere. So let's move it there. But I can honestly tell you that the strong ones, you know, they may have a breakdown, not always, but there's only so much any of us can take. And so it's like, let's place the blame on the strong person because the strong person can take it. All right, let's go. There's a part of all of us that knows how to.
There is a part of all of us that knows how to.
Let go and heal.
Let go and heal.
I cannot take responsibility for my own problems.
I cannot take responsibility for my own problems.
I always have to blame someone else.
I always have to blame someone else.
It makes me feel better if I blame.
It makes me feel better if I blame
The strongest member in the unit.
The strongest member in the unit.
Whether it be family or friends.
Whether it was family or friends.
They can overcome the negative energy.
They can overcome the negative energy.
And I can't.
And I can't.
I don't know how to deal with these feelings.
I don't know how to deal with this feeling.
I am so far removed from the root cause.
I'm so far removed from the root cause.
I can't even remember what we're blaming each other for.
I can't even remember what we're blaming each other for.
It was something that happened a long time ago. Who knows?
It was something that happened a long time ago.
We just have to have the blame.
We just have to have the blame.
I do not have enough self-love.
I do not have enough self-love.
To deflect the blame.
To what?
To deflect the blame.
To deflect the blame.
Blame is a basis for human connection.
Blame is a basis for human connection.
I like to hold grudges.
I like to hold grudges.
And people hold grudges against me.
And people hold grudges against me.
We just accept the blame.
You just accept the blame.
Who cares whose fault it is? I'll take the fall for that.
Who cares whose fault it is? I will take the fall for it.
Just so we can be peaceful and move forward.
Just so we can be happy and move forward.
Anything else?
There's one finger pointing at you and three at me.
There's one finger pointing at you and three at me. All right. That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love,
Our minds, bodies, and spirit are receiving the love,
healing, information, permission,
healing, information, permission,
and deep relief now.
and deep relief now.
So let's take a deep breath. This already feels so much better, guys. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
God, I thought we were never going to get to a point where we feel better. Does anybody have any tight throat or tight chest? Everybody seems to be feeling better. Tight shoulders, chest, tightness in jaw. Tight neck, all good now. Okay, there's a little bit left. Sadness. The sadness within us is attracting more negative emotions directed our way. It's like a magnet. So because of the sadness, we allow this self-blame and these negative emotions to be directed towards us. Very good. Okay, let's go. There's a part of all of us that knows how to
There is a part of all of us that knows how to
let go and heal
let go and heal
all of this sadness.
all of this sadness.
I am unhappy.
I am unhappy.
It acts as a magnet to attract more negatives in.
It acts as a magnet to attract more negatives in.
I can't seem to shift the dark emotions.
I can't seem to shift the dark emotions.
They feel like they have been here with me for many lifetimes.
They feel like they've been here with me for many lifetimes.
They're refusing to leave.
They're refusing to leave me.
I can't cope anymore.
I cannot cope anymore.
But there's nowhere to go.
But there's nowhere to go.
Everywhere you turn, it's the same thing.
Everywhere you turn, it's the same thing.
I cannot escape.
I cannot escape.
Ooh, yawning is good. That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love,
Our minds, bodies, and spirit are receiving the love,
healing, information, permission,
healing, information, permission,
and deep relief now.
and deep release now.
So let's take a deep breath. It feels good to let all of this mess go. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
God, I'm wiped out, guys. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I'm going to go take a nap.
Yeah. CTT will do that to you. And that's because this is such a huge shift that, you may, somebody says, I'm all about the nap. You may need to lay down and recover from it. So let's close. Everybody's feeling relaxed and good. This is a very important part. If you open and you're doing the tapping with us, you need to close. Okay, let's go. There's a part of all of us that knows how to.
There is a part of all of us that knows how to
Easily and joyfully manifest.
easily and joyfully manifest
Optimum guidance.
optimum guidance,
Positive emotional fulfillment.
positive emotional fulfillment,
Gratitude.
gratitude,
Self-love.
self-love,
and the ability to empower and heal ourselves
and the ability to empower and heal ourselves
in all of those wonderful spaces we just opened up.
in all of those wonderful spaces we have just opened up.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Ronan started out really happy and wide awake. Now you sound like you're about to fall asleep. Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love,
Our minds, body, and spirit are receiving the love,
healing, information, permission,
healing, information, permission,
and deep relief now.
and deep release now.
So let's take a deep breath. And we're going to extend our gratitude and thank you to our spiritual helpers and divine teams for taking away all of that negative energy away from us, taking it into the spirit world, transmuting it for us into white light, positive karma back into the universe. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it. It is done.
So be it. It is done.
Oh, I feel so much better. That sort of gave me a bit of a wake up again. All right. So, Ronan, we'll close this one out and we'll hold for questions. Thank you, everyone.
All right, everybody. Thanks so much. We will see you next time. We appreciate you being here and